This button is the one I'm going to push, Ryan, because I want to test to see if it's actually working. Because behind the scenes here, YouTube is telling us, warning. Oh, now it says excellent condition. Yeah. Not a problem. Everything is fine.
As soon as it was switched over, Sean,
that's all we needed to do.
Itself. Yeah.
That's all we needed to do, Ryan Turfer. Can I tell you a secret?
Sure.
Just between the two of us. Just between the two of us. This is a no pants episode.
Oh no!
No pants.
We went there. You finally made it. We finally did it.
No pants.
We're finally doing an episode of the Xbox Drive. No pants edition.
Don't ask me to grab anything from, over there or anything. I've got to stay put.
Yeah. Can't move.
Can't move because
we can't make Sean move this week.
We will get kicked off of the internet.
Would you mind going over to that room behind you and go grabbing me, something over there, Sean?
And I'm out.
Way to scare the people away, Sean.
Yeah.
Scare them away.
Well, it's just a friendship test,
Of course. That's how you can tell the real fans from the fake fans, Sean, apparently.
Yeah.
Like, who leaves?
Who sticks around?
When Sean tells the audience he's not wearing
you don't actually know if I'm telling the truth. That's the thing.
There's no way to know.
There's no way to know. I could be wearing the longest pants.
It's true.
You would never know. I might not even have legs.
Yeah, that's all. You might just be a floating torso. And sometimes we see your arms, but sometimes we don't. Your arms, sometimes displaced from each other.
Yep. I only have one arm. The other one's fake, actually. Wait, y'all have legs?
Well, the best part is, Sean, you mentioned all that, but right now you can only see the upper half of my body, but you can't even tell if I have anything else.
Yep, there's no way to know, you guys. We'll keep everybody on their toes. That's what we're here for, man. That's
Sean
what it's all about.
Legless Capri.
Oh my goodness, Ryan Turfer.
I can't call Sean the Pants Man today. He's not wearing pants.
No pants.
So I'm just gonna call him Legless Sean today. It's fine.
I do have my Diet Coke, so that's good. Grateful for this, man.
I've got an orange crush. That's how I'm celebrating today.
Capri like the pants if I had legs to put them on. Sneaking all in during work. Yes, Dallas, that's what I'm doing too.
Well, that's how you know Sean isn't wearing pants today, because he just doesn't have any legs, so he tries to put the pants on, they just fall off.
Where am I supposed to put them? Where does the body even start then, Ryan?
I know.
It's too confusing. Oh my goodness gracious! Welcome to the shotgun tier. Dallas Ford, enjoy your discount. By the way, I wanted to talk to you about this, Ryan, and because we're either working or creating content. This is the only time. What the heck? We have noises for that?
Do you actually have noises turned on for that?
I guess so.
I didn't hear anything. I'm not listening to the screen,
I didn't see. I didn't see if there was an alert. Hang on a second. Let me check these alert things. I thought I had turned them off because we've moved from Twitch. Where the heck did that even come from?
maybe someone actually subscribed to you over on Twitch, Sean. You confused it.
Oh, that'd be amazing. I don't even know. Yeah, everybody heard the noise. If I hear the noise, you guys hear everything. It probably was because Dallas Ford became a member. I saw it pop up in the chat first. The jacket, this was a gift actually from Xbox Canada. Is far too kind to us. And it has my initials on it, guys. Look at that. Yeah. And it says Xbox on the back. You guys don't really ever get to see the back. Ever?
I'm very, very jealous of your jacket, John. It's very fancy.
I only wear it on the show. I don't feel confident enough to wear it out in public, but it's here for the show,
Yeah, for sure.
What else was? Speaking of, okay, so the shotgun tier Dallas Ford, you get a discount code there on, and hopefully you guys let us know if there's any issues with the promo code, but you get a promo code if you are a shotgun tier, so that's kind of a nice perk there as well. Oh my goodness gracious, Bobby Miller in the jump in. Okay, so let's watch now. So usually the chat is first. There will be a noise in 3, 2, 1, continuing to guess. Maybe it's happening. It's going to happen as soon as I move on. The shotgun tier, you do get a promo code. But what I want to do actually is I think we should have one at the Patreon as well, because people give us a substantial amount of dollars over there and support as well. So I haven't announced that yet. I just wanted to kind of talk that through. But I think we'll have. I wanted to focus on YouTube first, but now that YouTube and membership and everything is kind of happening, we focused on that. There's the noise. There's no graphic. How is there a noise and no? I gotta figure this out, man. Ryan,
Gotta figure it out, Sean.
Too much
I'm not
stuff.
watching the live streams. Are you? So wait. So you have the live stream open while we're doing this, or are you hearing it through OBS?
I think OBS is hitting the alert. Like that's baked in because OBS, like I have to log into the YouTube channel, so I get all the notifications here. That's all there. But normally, let me see. Where's my test the widgets? Like usually, like you get like a little. There's a button that I push.
Yeah, you're supposed to actually configure that and have like a little like.
Yeah. I just need to add. Okay, so the sound effects are there. I just need to add an alert box because I think I actually deleted it because I got away from Twitch. Okay, let me see. Add. So this is a whole thing. This is gonna.
In theory, we should have like we should configure our live streams anyways to have like an alert box turned on, but then have like the audio muted if we can, and then it just can pop up while we're talking about stuff. Since this is a podcast stream.
Oh, but I like the. You're just missing the graphic on the stream. Yeah, I don't have the. I don't. Hang on a second. I think I've got it figured out here, guys. Subscription. We don't need subscriptions. Follows. Let's throw. That's for Twitch. Hosts, raids. This is all Twitch stuff. Super chat, subscribers, members, cloud bot store. We don't have that. Okay, so members. Do I get to? Oh, okay. Here. Okay. I will play with this a little bit later, but here it is. Okay, there's. Okay, I've got it figured out, Ryan.
You got
It's all good. It's like Sean hadn't streamed before or something. I know what I'm doing, Locklith. But yes, if people are subscribed at some of those higher tiers, pay attention to the Discord and or patreon.com/carpoolgaming. We'll have some news for you guys as well. So don't feel like you've got to jump over to memberships if you want that discount code. We'll get you guys over there. OBS is just so complicated. It really, like at this point, it's not. Like I know where it is. I'm just being silly.
It's less complicated, Sean, than trying to put together like a TV stream using like a giant switcher with like 200 buttons on it and trying to figure out how to configure everything.
Indeed, compared to that, this is very easy. And actually, I'm very happy too. I don't know if anybody's noticed this, but we now, like on our Twitter and on my Twitter, and I can add more Twitters if we like. There's a live preview of the show. Like we're actually live on Twitter right now, and I need to add Court Lalonde. I need to add Instagram and TikTok because I think we can do that as well. Linking to YouTube so people are here with us, hanging out, chatting. It's all possible, man. Look at us. Who knew?
Anything's possible, Sean.
Anything's possible, especially when you have these deep relief cold packs that are sitting on my neck right now because I'm struggling, Ryan. My neck is in rough shape. I've got that. I've got a bunch of pain medication back here you guys probably can't see.
I like how you almost walked over to the pain medication.
I could reach it. I could reach it. Maybe.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You could reach it without showing no pants?
I got to make sure. Yeah.
You're so close. You're on the edge, Sean.
Look, I was desperate for pain relief, but not so desperate to get like the expensive stuff. I just went with like the brand, the Shoppers Drug Mart kind of whatever, Kirkland's brand kind of thing.
If only your wall was like super close to you, Sean, like mine.
Yeah.
Because I don't have to put much effort into it.
Oh, look at you!
Just pick up this copy of RoboCop on the NES.
Yeah, but what did you drop trying to show off like that? What did you? What fell?
I had other NES games fall down because I got Pictionary on the NES.
Oh my God, what a classic!
And I got MTV.
Dude, what's your shirt? What is that shirt?
Oh, this is a Black Widow Funko Pop T-shirt.
That's awesome. That is not what I was expecting you to say. I thought it was like BioShock related of some sort.
And then of course RoboCop on the NES because he's part man, part machine, but all game.
Ryan, that is amazing. I also need to in the Discord post pictures of my desk setup is nearing final form, Ryan. But you guys might even be able to tell my monitor. I was saying to Ryan off air, my monitor is tilting forward a little bit. It's not quite perfect, but I've got a nice little little monitor stand here, and I got a little wireless charger for my phone. It's very nice. I'm very happy, Ryan.
That is pretty awesome. But we should probably. I just realized it's quarter after 2. We should probably
just kind of hanging out. Only other thing, what I was going to tell you about my dad's car, and I don't remember why. My dad dropped off his car. And I don't know why I was going to tell you that. So anyways, I'm driving around my dad's like 2016 Volkswagen Jetta wagon. And it's a 5-speed, Ryan. It is a manual car. And it's just like riding a bike. Just like, oh, clutch in, Feels good. It's great. I will finish it. Lee, I need you to come on over, Lee, actually. Or maybe Tony Baker or Marcus O'Neill could actually come over. I need a second set of hands. This monitor is enormous, and I have too much back and neck pain to be, like, reaching and doing all this stuff, so it's a whole thing, Ryan.
You know, Marcus O'Neill was a contest winner today, Sean, because he won 3 months of
So he owes me, is what you're saying.
From Carpool Gaming. So, I mean, no, that was just, me segueing, being like, speaking of Marcus O'Neill, and how awesome he is. That was it. That was the complaint.
Okay. I just need to adjust the desk a little bit here, Ryan.
Yeah. Well, imagine trying to drive that car while trying to podcast at the same time, Sean. Trying to like
the standard
use the clutch and stuff like that.
Yeah, we used to drive. In the Dave days, I had a 5-speed Toyota Corolla, Ryan Turford.
Of course you did.
I did. Yeah, I love saying I definitely miss it. But enough of that. Hey everyone, it's me, Sean Capri. I'm glad you're here because you're listening to the most horsepowerful podcast on the internet. It's the Xbox Drive. I'm on a Skype call with my friend Ryan Turford, the weatherman on the Moose and Honor journey today. For some reason, he's playing Sims 4. There's a bunch of games coming to Game Pass, more simulator, cooking simulator, all the simulators. So jump on in to the Xbox Drive podcast simulator ball.
Greater than X.
When I get a good Lord Sean in between screaming at the audience and launching into the video and the intro song and everything, I know I've done my job. Ryan, how are you doing today, my friend?
Oh, I'm looking outside, and it's looking a little gloomy outside today. The clouds are coming in. It's apparently we've got like a severe weather watch this afternoon, Sean. So
where's the mute button? Do I have a mute button around here? Do I have a mute button?
It looks like we're gonna have maybe a crazy storm today, but I'm doing okay, Sean. I'm doing okay. My weekend has just begun because for folks that don't know, Wednesday, the day we record this, is basically my Saturday.
Nice.
So I'm just getting my weekend started. Getting ready to start planning some carpool gaming stuff. Maybe visiting some family tomorrow because my mom is coming up to visit tomorrow. So got a pretty packed weekend ahead of me, Sean. But how are you, my friend?
Dude, I'm feeling pretty good. I have to say, my body has been failing me over the last little while. My neck and my back have not been great, and I've failed on the getting back in shape kind of front. I've had basically like a month off, just like for one thing after another. But I did have a great massage on Monday. Finally got to like the spot on my neck. It's like, oh, that's the one. Like, do that. And so some instant relief there. Went to a chiropractor yesterday. Had a great little adjustment there. Got my crack really from my chiropractor. You just go for a little crack. So I'm feeling good on that front. I'm feeling positive, feeling grateful for that. My monitor is wonderful, and my desk is like reaching final form. So I'm actually happy. And I celebrated a birthday last week. I don't remember how these things got ordered. So like I'm a year older. I'm a little bit wiser. I'm starting to grow hair in really weird places. So I'm good, man. I'm climbing up towards 40. I'm gonna get there pretty soon.
Pretty soon. You're going to be like us pretty soon. But I love how Lockleth points out what I was thinking in the chat as well, which is going downhill after your birthday because you're talking about, all this neck and back pain that you've got and it, coincides with your birthday just being last week. Sean.
This is just par for the course for me, man. But I will not take it laying down. The reason I bring up my birthday actually is I got a couple of really cool things and maybe a little show and tell here, Ryan. I don't remember if I showed this to you or not. Maybe in a picture somewhere.
Oh, I saw the
joystick. And it's a thrust master. We're going to master the crap out of this thrust, Ryan Turford.
You're going to master the thrust.
I'm going to master the thrust with my joystick. And I think I finally just clicked it into place the way that it's supposed to be, but there's a cat hair stuck in there. This is a thrust master. Look at, there's a little switch here for Xbox or PC. I can add rudders to this, which I saw in the box. Didn't know that was a thing. But Ryan, very soon, I hope to be telling you that I'm playing games like Mech Warrior and Microsoft Flight Simulator and a bunch of other like flying games and things like that. But yes, Lee Navarro in the chat, I will be mastering the thrust with this joystick. This is one of the nerdiest things I think I own. Actually, like it's so intense. Like it's got like a throttle thing here, and like you can adjust like the resistance on the joystick. But dude, this is just holding this. I just like. Can I say I like holding the joystick? Just like with my full grip, just palm grasping. on the joystick.
Lord.
Yep.
I mean, I want to preface the fact that most people who are listening to the podcast didn't necessarily catch the pre-show where Sean was telling me he's not currently wearing pants today. So
that's what I said. You'll never know. You'll never know.
This is how we can tell that frisky Sean is coming. He's not wearing pants.
What is happening with me, anyways?
Weird joystick jokes.
Yep.
But first of all, that's an awesome birthday gift. I mean, I've been seeing the Thrustmaster for a while, so I know that's the type of thing that you've been looking for a while. So I'm glad someone got that for you for your birthday, and I hope you enjoy playing the Top Gun DLC that apparently is never going to get reviewed on Open Critic, so we'll never get points in Fantasy Critic for it.
Probably not.
But at the same time, maybe what we need to do is find a way to make a Carpool Gaming review of it, and then get that on Open Critic, and then that'd be the only review, Sean.
Hey, look at that. We won't take it lying down. We will take charge, man. And we have the need for speed. I will also accept recommendations from anybody. What should I play when I'm playing with my joystick? Okay, what game should I fire up whilst playing with my joystick?
I'm very shocked that you haven't already told me that you already busted out Ace Combat 7 with the Top Gun DLC. And you didn't play that. Top
of mind. Yes, indeed. Well, Ryan, that kind of gets into what we actually are playing, perhaps, but honestly, it's Xenoblade. I'm not on my PC or my Xbox at the moment, and I'm also kind of renovating the house a little bit, doing some painting, some baseboard stuff and whatnot. But it's Xenoblade, man. It's Xenoblade. I got to geek out with Seth and Andros yesterday on the Nintendo Drive, as Kato and I weren't able to lock in our times. But man, what a great episode of the Nintendo Drive this week. We did a deep dive into the first few hours of Xenoblade, but I'm playing Forza. That's kind of where I'm at, but I'm playing office desk simulator, Ryan.
Yeah. Well, and not only that too, we were thinking maybe we would play some Xbox games on your birthday as well, but then you ended up playing UN Squadron, which you beat for the first time.
Beat UN Squadron. I did play a few hours, and actually even off stream as well. Black Mesa, the Half-Life remaster. It's sort of unofficial, but somehow became somewhat official remaster of the absolute classic Half-Life. What a damn near perfect game. And the remaster is great. On my ultra wide, it's looking really nice. It runs beautifully, and yeah, thanks for reminding me, actually, because that's basically what I've been doing. A little bit of Half-Life, a little bit of Xenoblade, a little bit of Forza, just dipping my toes.
A little variety in there. Yeah. Now, before I get into what I've been playing, because I know I'm going to go into a giant rant for a second, I forgot to clean the garage, so we should probably do that, because we don't want stuff to pile up in there, Sean, because otherwise it'll lead to some weird flooding in the garage. We don't want that.
Yeah, or mice or pests or something, man.
For sure. So right now, first of all, if you like what we do and you want to support the show, there's a number of ways to do that. Number one, if you're watching the live stream right now on youtube.com/carpoolgaming, or if you're watching the VOD later, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed already, hit that notification bell to be notified whenever we go live, whenever we have new videos, or whenever we have a live stream like this one. And let us know in the comments below what you think about some of this month's new Game Pass releases.
Nice.
Because we'd love to hear from you. Or some of your favorite Xbox 360 games, which we'll talk about a little bit later in the show as well. Also, if you're listening on audio feeds, don't forget to hit the subscribe button there as well, or rate us if you're on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. Also, if you want this show a little bit early, or if you want some exclusive content, light sweet hangs like the Geek Outs, you can head on over to Patreon, patreon.com/carpoolgaming, throw a little tip in the old tip jar, and out comes content. And last but not least, if you want an Xbox Drive shirt or any of our other merch, including some of our merch, thanks to the merch perks that you get over here on YouTube as well, head on over to our merch store, bit.ly/CPG merch, just like Lee Navarro just did just now. Joyce joined the shotgun tier over on YouTube. Thank you so much, Lee, for supporting the show, and enjoy those sweet emotes, my friend.
I want to ask something about this shotgun tier, Ryan, because I kind of threw it out there to the group. We have our jump-in tier. That's the first one. The shotgun tier is kind of the advanced one. And it's meant to be a car pun, but after we launched it, and as we are saying, the shotgun tier, I hope that people realize it's meant to be you're riding shotgun with us.
You're in the car with us. You're hopping the seat, because normally the carpool's in the back seat.
Yeah.
But you're hopping shotgun because you're joining the shotgun tier.
Yeah, I hope that it's not hey, welcome to our, death device tier. I don't want a double barrel. It's not a double barrel shotgun, although that would be a kind of a cool throwback to.
Well, I mean, Sean, I don't know if you've ever seen the movie Death Proof before.
Oh, yes.
Quentin Tarantino, but riding shotgun in that car is the death seat right there.
That's true. That's true.
It's kind of the same meaning in a lot of ways. So.
Captain Logan, we get to see a little bit of insight into his brain. He says, I did initially think it was a gun reference. So I might tweak it. As kids, we called it co-pilot. We didn't hear the word shotgun for a long time. We called it, I'm going co-pilot.
I've never heard that term before.
It was an us thing. Yeah, no, it was definitely not a, I don't even think we call it, it's a Canadian thing. That was just our family thing.
Maybe your family just didn't like to use, words that sounded like guns. So it kind of makes sense.
I think we just were making stuff up as we went along. Yep.
That's just the family-friendly way of doing that. So there you go. Oh, also, I forgot to mention as well, this has been a big change since last week's show when we had our big giveaway. Court Lalonde over on our Twitter page on Carpool Gaming on Twitter has been giving away 3-month Xbox Game Pass codes. And he says he's going to be giving one every single week until he gives away his giant pile of codes.
Good
so
God.
If you want to enter, head on over to the Twitter page. We're giving away one a week, and the drawing usually happens right before we record this episode. In fact, this week's winner, Marcus O'Neill. So congratulations to Marcus O'Neill.
Look at that. He's just a good person. Good things happen to good people. And then also Court Lalonde.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know why I did that. I'm sorry, Court. That was a bad joke.
Well, now that we've, taken the side road, we're now going to get back on the highway, Sean, because I need to, vent a little bit about my week of games. No, in a good way.
Okay.
So, first off, I also played a lot of Switch this week as well, in the same boat as you, but I'm not playing Xenoblade. I've been playing Live Alive, and that game's really good. But I was having some, frustrations with the game, so I'm like, okay, I kind of wanted to, put this game down and, try something else. I don't want like a palate cleanser. So, I had been hankering for a little while to try out The Sims 4 again, because I'm actually someone who has been really enjoying The Sims, going all the way back to the original game on PC back in the day. I remember my friend Scott, when him and I used to hang out in Dorchester, Ontario, Canada. His brother used to buy like every PC game whenever they came out, like whatever the newest big game was on PC. So they ended up buying The Sims, but neither Scott or his brother were really into The Sims at all. Like they played it and they're like, what the heck is this game? Why did I even bother buying it? So he ended up lending it to me, and I really fell down the well with the original Sims. Like I played it to death, and I've been kind of a fan of The Sims ever since. But as you know, I've kind of, since I moved away from PC gaming, the console versions of The Sims have always been fairly terrible. And I remember we talked about this when The Sims came to Xbox One back in 2018, I believe, 2017. It was a long time ago. It was around when I first started this show, was when I was talking about the last time I played it. And it ran terribly on Xbox. Yeah. It ran at like 10 to 20 frames per second. It was not a good experience at all. So I kind of put that game on the back burner, away from my mind. So I thought, hey, what better time to kind of relax and try, revisiting The Sims 4 on Series X than now when I'm really frustrated with another game. And Sean, I have to say this, I can't stop playing this game.
Yes.
I in fact, it was so bad, Sean. The first night that I jumped into it, I played it for 8 hours straight. I played till 5 a.m. And I've logged about 30 hours in The Sims since last time we talked.
What in the world, Ryan? Holy crap.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm having a blast.
What are you doing?
The Sims. So, first of all, I should tell you a little story about my sim that I decided to create, because my character's got a backstory. So first off, jumping into this, I started playing around with some stuff, but I was like, I feel like I can really get into this now that the performance is really good on the game, because now it runs at about 60 frames per second for most of the experience until you go into some of the build modes, and sometimes the frame rate slows down there, but then it very quickly snaps back to a smooth frame rate. But I was just living alone in my like apartment complex. I had some really noisy neighbors. I'm playing as a non-binary character, which is apparently a brand new thing you can do in this game. I didn't realize that this is a thing. So I'm playing as a character who really wanted to become this like really big singer. Like they've really wanted to aspire to being this, very popular, musical character. So that's where I got my starting job. So, I was slumming it in my very, very tiny and noisy apartment until a chance encounter happened where I was, going out to a nightclub one night to try and meet some folks. But then I met a master vampire, Sean, who taught me the ways of turning into a vampire. So I decided to turn my non-binary character into a vampire and live my life, sleeping in a casket every night, going out at night drinking people's blood. But then more importantly, just not needing to care about a lot of the Sims stuff. But one of the cool things that I didn't realize that they did with the vampire addition to the game is there's this giant skill tree that they added that isn't in the game properly. So there's this level up system depending on how long you stay as a vampire, how many times you hypnotize people or use your vampire powers on people, you gain more and more abilities. So I can turn into a bat and fly around, or I can turn other people into vampires, or I can go out in the daylight because I've unlocked a perk that, turns me into a daywalker.
Nice, the blade
there's
unlock.
There's this really cool progression system in The Sims that I was not expecting to be there because of this, vampire expansion. So I feel like I've only hit the cusp of what's potentially possible with The Sims 4, but the downside to The Sims 4, of course, is that a lot of that content is locked behind expansion packs. I know Kate has talked about this before, I think, with you when she was getting into The Sims as well, but there's a lot of expansion packs out there and they're not cheap. But there's a ton of extra features that are added with that. But to be honest, other than, the apartment living expansion pack and the vampire expansion pack, which I bought with Microsoft reward money, honestly, I've been having a good enough time just with that I can't stop playing this game. And I've been addicted to it ever since. I've been really enjoying it. I love just how mellow of an experience it is. And I don't know what it is about, having this day by day experience with my character, but I feel really connected to them. I've started a couple families with them, and then, they've kind of fallen on the wayside because my vampire lives forever, but my family members don't.
Oh, so sad.
Because they age, but I don't. But now I have this penthouse apartment with a pool in it. And I also am at the top of the singing class. So I make just so much money just hanging around my apartment and doing cool things. So I'm really enjoying The Sims. I think it's awesome. And I'm so glad I could reconnect with this game after really wanting to give it a try, because this is, I think, the first time ever where I've been satisfied with a console version of The Sims before, because The Sims has been on consoles going all the way back to the PlayStation 2, but there's never been a good representation of the PC experience with The Sims. So wow, I'm having a blast.
Ryan, I am blown away. We've desperately needed some commentary on The Sims on this show. It's such a popular game, such a hallmark, really a pillar in gaming, and so I'm glad that you're playing it. You played yourself though, Ryan. I will tell you this much. You're playing it on a console. Guess what that console can do?
What's that, John?
It can stream to the internet. The people demand it. People leave a comment down below. We want to see Ryan Turford stream this second life of yours, man. We have to see what's happening here. And it's possible with that Xbox. You just throw on a microphone. It doesn't have to be a crazy setup or anything. I have to see this in real life.
You have to see
yes,
it for yourself.
I have to see it for myself.
You got to see me, sitting in front of my computer as oh, by the way, I forgot to mention as well, my character is also a best-selling author as well. So
you're just piling it on, man.
I've written 200 novels on my character, so I earn $10,000.
It must be streamed. Don't burn out on this yet. I know you're playing it a ton. Don't burn it. Even as a test, just see what happens. If you have a webcam, you can connect a webcam to it. That's great. You don't have to though. I demand it. And actually, I'll say this much. I still kind of want the farming simulator thing. I was going to trade.
The farming simulator is still happening. It's just I don't like streaming from my console, especially because of how my setup is set up.
Who cares?
And I'm just been waiting to get a new computer.
Nope. No more waiting. Nope.
No more
I
waiting.
Demand it.
You're forcing my
Lee
hand.
Navarro demands it as well. And he's one of our top supporters. Him and his family.
We'll have to look into it either this weekend or next week.
Look at the wheels
I've got my mom coming tomorrow and stuff. So
the people demand it.
All right, Sean. We'll make this happen.
Yes.
But also,
you've heard it here first.
As a way to not burn out on it, Sean, I'm also doing something else which is not game related. I'm rewatching the MCU for the very first time.
Oh, snap.
I haven't rewatched any of the movies, and I haven't seen any of the MCU content since I saw Endgame in theaters, back in 2019.
Nice.
I think it came out. So I want to watch like a lot of the new shows or the new movies, and I kind of want to rewatch everything because it's been a long time. It's been like
a while.
3 years since the last time I watched Marvel content. So
what do you what kind of order? You can do this in multiple ways.
I went all the way back to Iron Man 1, and I'm
like
just doing
cinematic release.
Just cinematic release.
Okay,
I'm doing it in that order. In theory, you could do it in the timeline order as
right.
well. But then you get the post credit scenes that are out of order, and there's certain things that just
good point.
I like doing it in the way I'm doing it, with the release order. I think
nice.
Especially like because I've rewatched all of Phase 1 at this point, and I love how there are little moments you can tell that the movies even overlap with each other a little bit. Like Iron Man 2 overlaps with Thor at the same time because Coulson goes to New Mexico in the middle of that movie, which is where Thor picks up. So even doing it in the timeline order, I think would feel out of place because of that, the way those movies are structured. So.
I think I did that actually. I think one time when I was sick, I did timeline order, and it's like Miss Marvel's too soon. It's just too early.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm enjoying that as well.
I'm sorry, Captain Marvel.
To make sure I don't want to burn out on The Sims because I don't want to do this.
Yes, dude. That's just it. We've got Kato, Animal Crossing. I mean, she's got her own channel, but that's fine. Ryan with The Sims, it can't miss. It can't. This will get us to 2,000 subs, Ryan.
Oh, clearly.
It's all on you.
That's the content. Oh, geez.
It's all on you. Look. Yep. I'm telling you, dude. It's going to be huge.
Yeah. Well, I'm officially slamming the brakes on this conversation.
I figured you might.
It's time to get into some of this breaking news. And to be fair, when I say some of it, there's not a lot of it. There's not a lot of news happening in the world of Xbox right now. It's very quiet. I mean, it's the middle of August. And I know that Microsoft is doing some stuff for Gamescom, so maybe that's the next time we kind of hear some big stuff from Microsoft again. But I thought these two news stories were pretty interesting. Starting off, Microsoft has announced that Xbox Cloud Gaming's hourly usage has increased by about 18,000% in the last 1,800%. Sorry, that's my bad. 1,800% in the past year. This apparently is largely due to Fortnite coming to cloud streaming earlier this year. We talked about that when they announced that Fortnite was coming to cloud streaming, and we thought that was a really big deal. And it turns out, looking at what's going on here, apparently it's a huge deal. People are super into playing Fortnite on their phones. Sean, what do you think about this news? Because I think this is the first time we've really had like solid, information about cloud streaming usage. Like Microsoft hasn't really come out and talked about, cloud streaming all that often, like how well it's doing and stuff like that. So I thought it was pretty huge seeing this number pop up. But what do you think?
I will not be fooled, Ryan Turford. I will not be. 1,800 is like, well, what did you start with? Like 4 hours, and now it's 27 hours. Like, yes, very cool to see that people are adopting, and totally makes sense with Fortnite. That's all great. When I hear a number like it's up 1,800%, it's like, well, you just started with just an absolutely like minuscule amount of playtime earlier. But this is obviously the right direction that you want to see. You do want to see like hockey stick growth. You want to see this like there's nothing and then there's something. So that's very cool. I think that I would also attribute it to more and more games getting touch controls. And to be honest with you, Ryan, I'm shocked that I'm even saying this is a thing that I'm seeking out, because there once was a time when, especially when xCloud first became a thing, we were all seeking our controllers and the little like holder thing that like had your phone kind of clamped onto it and everything. I don't actually want to play games like that. Like when I think about cloud gaming, that's not what it is. When I think about cloud gaming, it's actually with touch controls, and it's with games like As Dusk Falls or Life is Strange and things like that. So I'm hoping to see more and more of that, like touch controls baked in or some sort of custom design, because that's where things really work. And I feel like I just saw Kevin Ainsworth. Maybe I'm giving him credit where he doesn't deserve it. But I feel like he was just testing this out for the first time as well. So yeah, it's finally getting to the point where people are maybe talking about it and sharing it. It'll be interesting to see where we go from here. But 1,800% is a ridiculous stat to share.
Yeah, because I mean, you're right. It's not like an overall quantifiable number that we can really quantify with. But at the same token, I don't think the numbers were probably as low as we thought. And like, I think probably there are like, we wouldn't see this level of investment on Microsoft's end get like rushing all these games to get touch controls if people weren't using the service at all. Like, I feel like this number is only increased because of that. So, yeah, I don't think that I believe this number to a certain extent, because yes, I mean, you're right. The number probably wasn't, super high to begin with, but also I don't think it's as low as, as low as maybe we think. Like maybe, I think there was probably some pretty good adoption already on cloud streaming. And again, I think, a lot of people that maybe aren't wowed by, who are really interested in the idea of something like Google Stadia, but wasn't wowed by its lineup, and then seeing what Microsoft's doing, I think a lot of those people have also jumped shipped over here as well.
Yeah.
And have started to pick up those games on their PCs. Like, I think that also plays into this a little bit. So yeah, I'm excited to hear.
Good point on PC, man. I keep thinking phone. You're right. You can stream this to other devices as well. That is...
Especially because on PC as well, you can play with your controller, you can play with your keyboard, you can play it however, and
hardwired.
Got a really good connection,
yeah,
good internet connection. Like, you don't have to you won't run into any issues. Like, I know ever since I moved to this apartment, because I think I've mentioned it before, Sean, where I'm not using Rogers anymore in this apartment. I'm using Beanfield, which is like a fiber optic company specifically. And ever since I moved in here, like, cloud streaming, anytime I've tried it, has been flawless, even for like high like games that really demand pitch perfect accuracy. Like playing a game like a fighting game like Street Fighter or something like
Killer Instinct
on game streaming has been amazing. On
wow.
So
you also have internet that can stream The Sims. It sounds like.
Yeah, it also does.
Sounds like it would be flawless to stream The Sims.
It sounds like
right here, youtube.com/carpoolgaming.
I don't like the direction this is going in, so I'm going to move on from this story before Sean keeps going with it, because Sean, of course, it's the beginning of the month, so we got to talk about the new games coming to Game Pass.
That time of the month, Ryan.
Exactly. So out today on Game Pass, we got Ghost Recon Wildlands. We've been getting Ubisoft games now, with almost every single drop, and this is another in that long line of them. But then on August 4th, we're getting Shenzhen IO on August 4th, and then Turbo Golf Racing, which is apparently a day and date release on August 4th. And then on August 9th, we're getting another day and date release with 2 Point Campus.
Also,
That's another one I'm excited to check out.
Me too.
And then it's time for more simulators, Sean, because on August 11th, Cooking Simulator comes to Game Pass, along with Expeditions Rome on PC and Off-World Trading Company on PC. So, an interesting list of games. A lot of stuff that I just haven't heard of, to be honest. I don't know what a lot of these games are, but 2 Point Campus, I'm excited to check out when that comes out on the 9th. And then Ghost Recon, I was always a really big fan of the Ghost Recon games, but Wildlands just didn't do it for me. Like,
you need to play multiplayer. It's not, you're right, like on your own, like it's okay, but like multiplayer is a riot, actually. Like if we can get like 4 of us all in a crew in a helicopter together, it's so fun. So that's the power of Game Pass, is everybody has the same games at the same time. So yes, I would actually, I don't know when, Ryan, maybe I need to stream more. Why am I telling you to stream? Maybe I'll stream more.
Maybe.
So,
but yeah, Wildlands, I've only ever played single player, and I just thought it was okay. I didn't really love it. Not like the cinematic masterpiece, which was Ghost Recon Breakpoint, which was one of the first games I think you and I ever played together, Sean.
Yeah, that was
that game.
That was not good. This is the good one. This was actually the good one on Last Generation. Turbo Golf Racing is the dark horse, I think. Dark horse pick of the lot here. I cannot wait to play this game. The other thing I want to shout out, not related to this, speaking of August 4th, which is tomorrow, or today for most people listening to this, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Course Pack Wave 2. And that means community game night, super fun times, Saturdays with Sean, whatever we're calling it. Saturday night here on youtube.com/carpoolgaming. We're playing Mario Kart. Open invite to everybody. Jump on in. We chat in the Discord. It's super fun. That's why we call it Super Fun Saturdays with Sean. Ryan Turford.
You better believe I'm going to be there as well.
Yeah.
I want to play those new maps. I'm excited to play those. I mean, Mario Circuit 3.
Yes.
I'm so excited to play
yes. Spread the love for the Super Nintendo tracks. Take that, Rebecca.
Yeah. I mean, I loved how you guys talked about that yesterday. And I'm like, I'm the one person who agrees with you. I love the Super Nintendo tracks. In fact, I'm still excited for them to be revisiting Vanilla Lake as one of the courses too.
Yes.
Courses, so.
I don't even like snow levels, but yeah, I'll take that one.
Yeah. All we need now is Ghost House, and you need the feather.
Oh, no kidding. Yes.
But Sean, of course, we always have to
say
round
goodbye.
out our list with all the games leaving Game Pass. So on August 15th, you are losing Boyfriend Dungeon, Curse of the Dead Gods, Library of Ruina, Starmancer, and Train Sim World 2. So not nearly as bad of a what's leaving as last month, because last month we lost a lot of really good games. But still, Boyfriend Dungeons, I know a game that a lot of people really like. So it is
very stylish. Yes.
So play those games now if you want to play them, or pick them up while they're on sale now, while you still have the chance to do so.
Indeed. Yes.
There we go. Well, Sean, let's let some of our friends into the car with us.
Come on in.
Time for the carpool. And this carpool is apparently very much fueled by the Xbox 360, because we got 2 Xbox 360 questions. Although Blaze Knight had actually, asked a 360 question because he saw another 360 question come in. He even referenced that in his, question.
Got it.
We're gonna start with the Muffin Mon, aka Kevin Ainsworth, who asks, I spent my Xbox time this week playing Xbox 360, and he was playing Dante's Inferno. Are there any Xbox 360 games on y'all's backlog? So I know Blaze Knight asked a follow-up question, but we'll get to that in a second. Sean, first of all, when was the last time you played an Xbox 360 game? Because it's been a while since I've heard you talk about it.
It's been a while. Well then, Ryan, you need to pay attention, because I did talk to you recently about Lost Planet and Lost Planet 2.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about those.
What a not very good game, man. I had it in my head that these were really good, and I played them, and they control like garbage, and they don't really look as good as I remember them looking, and it's just so sad. I bought them on sale. I think they were like $2 or something like that, and I actually have them on Steam and on my Xbox as well. But that was probably one of the more recent ones that I actually played. I have Fear 2. I have a few actually 360 games installed on my Xbox right now, but the one that jumps out to me is Fear 2. Actually, that game, all the Fear games are just excellent, man. So that's those jump out to me right now. But maybe throw it over to you for a bit.
So you've never
here.
played Fear 2? You've only played the first one?
No, I've played the first 2, actually. I don't think I ever played... Is there a third one?
Oh, okay.
If there's a third one, I haven't played it.
Yeah, there's a third one, where you actually play as the bad guy from the first game and the hero from the first game.
Interesting. Another game that I've played that is installed, I'm actually able to... This is a very cool thing, you guys, in case you didn't know. You can use the Xbox app to go look and manage like what games you have installed. So there's a bunch. It's just like you guys got to see a couple things that are installed here. The Darkness, Ryan, I know you love The Darkness.
Yes.
I've got that one, and The Darkness 2 are installed, and basically that means that they're in my backlog. So yeah, I've got Fear and The Darkness. I think those are that's it. I must have done some cleanup recently. Those are the only 360 games I've got installed right now, man.
Nice. Well, as for me, as far as my 360 backlog, at some point, Sean, because I know this is like a major hole in my, RPG, qualifications. I do need to play Lost Odyssey at some point.
Oh, nice.
I played it like I remember playing it when it came out and just never really getting into it. But I need to give that game another try again. So it is on 360, so I do need to play at some point. It's also, I think, one of the only games on 360 that came on 4 discs.
Good God.
How ridiculous that game.
How many was Blue Dragon? Was that 3? 2 or 3?
No, I think it was only 1 or 2 discs.
What?
Yeah, it was very, very small as opposed to
Eternal Sonata comes to mind when you mentioned Lost Odyssey. Eternal Sonata.
Yeah,
I've got.
And I love Eternal Sonata too.
Yeah,
that game's amazing.
Yeah.
But otherwise, my 360 backlog is fairly short because
Ryan played all the
honestly,
games.
I've played a lot of the games that I really wanted to play on 360. I've played before, so a lot of times when I'm playing 360 games, I'm revisiting games I've played already. There's a lot of stuff on 360 I've never played. For example, I've played Dante's Inferno before, but I've never actually, finished Dante's Inferno. It's okay, it's fine, but. By the way, I'm actually reporting something.
Well, I will jump in to say, for some reason, I've got 2 really bad ones actually. Well, one you won't care. One is Kane and Lynch 1 and 2. For some reason, I bought those games and I never played them. The other one is a little bit more of an egregious miss on my part, which is Silent Hill. No, what the heck's his name? Everybody wants. He's got the 3 lights. Siphon Filter.
Splinter Cell?
Splinter Cell. What did I say? Siphon Filter. Goodness gracious, what am I talking about? Yes, you said it right. Double Agent? Is that what it's called?
Oh, yes. Yeah, Double
Yes,
Agent.
I never played that one, and I actually never played the one after that, Counter or something.
Yeah, I know which one you're referring to. So
I think that one was the actual good one.
The thing with Double Agent, first of all, Sean, I should throw out there. I don't know if you knew this, but the Xbox 360 version of Double Agent and the original Xbox version of Double Agent are two
different games.
Different games, completely different games. And the original Xbox one is actually better.
Both of them are back
compat as well. Both of them are back compat. The problem with Double Agent on 360 was it was an early 360 game. And the performance isn't great on it, and the level design, a lot of it takes place in the day, so you're very easily spotted.
Yeah.
And it isn't as good as the original Xbox Double Agent, where, it was at the pinnacle of the original Xbox's hardware life. And especially with Ubisoft at that point, where they had so much
Chaos Theory, that's the one.
With that element, that I actually think that game was way better on original Xbox. So, but I like the fact that on Series X we have access to both, because both of them are back.
Very nice. Yeah, I mean, yeah, those are ones that pop up. I actually still have like a whole shelf, and everything is like alphabetically organized. It's in my storage room. So all my 360 games are there, and it's kind of nice. Like I obviously don't have that anymore with like even Xbox One, or certainly not with Series X. So PS4, PS3, Xbox 360. Yeah, a bunch of those games are over there. It's weird I have a bunch of physical PS4 games, but not Xbox One. Like, I've got, like, Destiny, only because they won't take it back. Like, you can't even trade in Destiny anymore.
I mean, you can't even really play it anymore.
Right, like, it's just a totally worthless disc. Good thing I went physical.
Literally a paper code, like a
so weird.
At this point.
Yeah.
But yeah, so, yeah, that's a pretty good question, Kevin. And we're going to go to Blaze Knight's question about Xbox 360 games. So, what are your top 5 must-have Xbox 360 backwards compatible games that have not already come with games with gold? Now, here's the thing, Blaze Knight. I had to go look this up because there's no chart anywhere on the internet that currently is all the Xbox 360 games that aren't on games with gold. So I had to go to the list of games that are backwards compatible and then compare it to the games with gold list, and then do like a search between the two to compile.
Good God.
Together. So Sean, of course, in the show notes, you'll see I've prepared a curated list of what I think some of the best games are. So I'll give kind of my 5 while you read the list and kind of go over some of the ones you want to talk about here.
I don't even know if I'm going to come up with 5, to be honest.
Well, you don't have to come up with 5, just however many you want to.
We'll see.
About. So first up, 50 Cent Blood on the Sand. That game, way better than it has any right to ever be. I mean, it's a 50 Cent game. The first 50 Cent game, 50 Cent Bulletproof on original Xbox, that game's terrible. Never played that game. But Blood on the Sand is cheesy in all the right ways, and its gameplay is actually really sound. Like, it's actually fun to play.
Nice.
That it's actually like a really good game. And also that game's stupidly expensive now because in some regions you can't buy it digitally, so you have to play it with the disc only. And that game is it's really awesome. So 50 Cent Blood on the Sand, I want to give that game a shout out. Also underrated game, Aliens versus Predator. This was a reboot of the Alien versus Predator franchise on consoles. And this game you can play as a Marine, or you can play as a Xenomorph, or you can play as a Predator. And it's actually pretty fun. It got some lower review scores at the time because there were some like frame rate issues or some issues with the gameplay itself that have actually been patched out at this point. And plus, if you play it on Series X, like a lot of that stuff, like the frame rate dips and stuff, have been totally ironed out with that game.
Yeah.
So I think it's like an underrated game that was ruined by bad reviews at the time it came out. But I think it's a fun game to play now. Command & Conquer 3 Tiberium Wars, if you want a good real-time strategy game on consoles. Command & Conquer 3 Tiberium Wars is actually a really good one to check out because EA actually at the time was putting out a lot of their RTSs on consoles. We had Lord of the Rings Battle for Middle-earth 2 and a bunch of other ones. And so they'd really like kind of perfected this really good control scheme for real-time strategy games. And Command & Conquer 3 is just a fun game in general. But I really like the console port of it. I think it's a really good one that I know not everyone checked out because, again, it's weird to recommend real-time strategy games on consoles, but I think that's a good one. And then you mentioned it before, The Darkness. I mean, The Darkness is backwards compatible, based off the hit comic book by Top Cow. I have a whole episode dedicated to it on the Roundabout playlist, so you can go check that out there. But I really, really, really enjoyed that game. I love that the power's there. I even like Mike Patton, the singer from Faith No More, as the voice of the Darkness himself, as he's trying to tempt you to do some evil stuff. So I love that. And then, last but not least, shout out to the easiest 1,000 gamer score you will ever get in Peter Jackson's King Kong, the official game of the movie based off King Kong. You know, you got 1,000 gamer score just by playing the game, and it's a lot of fun as well. So
Jack Black Simulator.
My list of 5. But Sean, is there anything from this list that, you know, strikes you as, you know, games that you want to check out, or that you would recommend?
Well, for me, like 2 of them kind of pop up. I just mentioned they often go so cheap on sale. Like The Darkness 2, Fear 2 is excellent. Fear 2 is so good. I want to give a shout out to Batman Arkham Origins, which I'm actually saying from a bit of a selfish standpoint, because I actually never played it. I do have a disc of it somewhere around here, and that's just the good old days of going to EB Games, buying games that I have really no intentions on playing, or not really knowing when I'm going to get around to it. But Boxing Day sales kind of have that one going for me. But also, I actually can't believe you left out the orange box, Ryan.
It's almost like I left it for you, because I
thank you. Yes, of course, Half-Life I mentioned at the start of the show. What a stupidly valuable like compilation. Just an absolute, like, they never did it again. Nothing like it beforehand, nothing like it afterwards. It was too good. The orange box, such a weird name as well. Half-Life 2 episode 1 and 2. And Portal and Team Fortress, I think, was on there.
Yeah, Team Fortress. The Team Fortress 2, the remake.
Yeah, man.
But yeah,
oh my gosh.
The best part is, too, it's not even the PS3 version. The PS3 version ran terribly, whereas the Xbox 360 version was the better version of that game.
Yeah.
So we got the best version of Orange Box right there.
So good. Yeah, those are sort of my picks. I don't know that there's a bunch of others here, but those are my picks for now. Yeah.
I'm also surprised you didn't say Fallout 3, because that's another game that's on here as well that I think is also really good, too. But
I actually don't believe it. Well, it's on Game Pass, isn't it?
Well, again, the question was games with gold, not Game Pass.
I suppose. Yeah.
Yes, remember,
just get Game Pass.
Yeah, because remember, they're stopping games with gold for Xbox 360. So I think PlayStation was trying to get a gauge of, like, well, what games could they potentially offer that are still good games with gold for 360 that they haven't been able to give out yet.
Gotcha.
There you go. So that's the question. But yeah, there isn't a giant list here. I'm tempted to actually put this list in the Discord, but it's like super big. So I don't know if I want to do that. But anyways, Sean, I think that's going to do it for this week's show.
Aw.
Before we go, Sean plugs go.
You can find Ryan Turford streaming The Sims 4 at youtube.com/carpoolgaming directly from his Xbox, and he's got no excuse not to. You can find me on Twitter at Sean Capri. It's Sean like Connery, Capri like the pants. And please join us, not Xbox related, but on Saturday, we're playing Mario Kart 8. There's new tracks. And also, don't forget to, guys, check out Tetris 99, for goodness sakes. Buy the merch. And yeah, don't forget, if you like the stream, and if you want to become a member, shotgun tier, it's not a gun, it's the co-pilot thing, or the jump in tier, whatever you guys like. But Ryan, I'm gonna miss you until next week, man. I won't see you until next week, apparently.
What are you talking about? You're gonna see me on Saturday.
Yeah,
with
Mario Kart.
But as for me, you can find me on right here playing, Tetris 99 on my Switch. No, I'm actually excited to play that because the Metroid Dread DLC is coming back.
Yeah.
But as for me, you can find me on Twitter at Ryan Turford. I'm taking a bit of a Twitter hiatus at the moment, but I'll be back at some point, so you can follow me there if you want. You can also find me not streaming anything on youtube.com/carpoolgaming. You also find us on Twitter at carpoolgaming, as well as on Patreon at patreon.com/carpoolgaming, and on podcast services around the globe. So for Sean Capri, I'm Ryan Turford. This has been episode 251 of the Xbox Drive, and we out. Ball.
Ryan Turford made a whole list of all the 360 games that haven't hit Game Pass or Game Gold. Ryan, you gotta keep saying ball while I read this entire list. 50 Cent, Blood on the Sand, Aliens vs. Predator, Batman Arkham Origins, Bully Scholarship Tradition, Burnout Revenge, Command and Conquer, Tiberian Sons, The Darkness 2, Dead or Alive 4, Dungeons and Dragons, Chronicles of Mysteria, The Elder Scrolls 4, Fallout 3, Fear 2, Fear 3, Fear Files, Final Fantasy 13, Final Fantasy 13 2, Lightning Returns, Final Fantasy 13, Mortal Kombat, Nier, Ninja Gaiden, The Orange Box, Pac-Man Championship Edition DX, Persona 4, Arena, Peter Jackson's King Kong, Phantasy Star 2, Prince of Persia, Silent Hill, a bunch of Silent Hill, XCOM, Enemy Unknown. See you next week. Hey, bye. Bye.
No power greater than X.